What do you do to go and purchase your 4-H, or if you want to buy a heifer or a pig or something, what do you need to look for? So Doc's going to answer all those questions today if you're out buying a heifer.
Well, the first thing is, what I'm going to tell you involves any animal that can be used for food. Meaning, Dave has talked about heifers, but this could be steers, bulls, sheep, goats, pigs, any animal like that. There's some basic rules, and that is whether you are having a small farm operation or you're purchasing a 4-H project. There's a thing called a VCPR, and 1 in 10 will probably know what that is, and that refers to a veterinary client-patient relationship. But ultimately, if this is a 4-H project, that documentation will need before going to exhibition.
We're talking about how to buy a animal that potentially may be a food animal.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so for those young people who are doing 4-H or any other projects or animal husbandry merit badge for Boy Scouts or any other groups or folks that are just buying animals because they got a farm,
Right,
what have you.
right.
Yeah. So you've got to have a VCP.
VCPR.
VCPR.
Veterinary client-patient relationship.
Okay. So you have to have a veterinary to do this.
And
Veterinarian.
basically what it amounts to initially is you don't need to do a bunch of things, but perhaps introduce yourselves to a veterinarian that does look at those species and say, hey, I'm wanting to buy something and I want to be able, when somebody asks me for a VCPR, is it okay if I list you as that? And ultimately, when they become qualified to certify the animal for exhibition at the fair or a project like that, they will need to somewhere along the line have seen the animal and looked it over.
We're with Doc Sanders. Doc has spent over 50 years as a large animal veterinarian or a food animal veterinarian, and has taken care of all kinds of critters from elephants to chickens with bumblefoot and all kinds of stuff. And Doc has also written now 11 books.
Yes.
Has a latest book out called Beyond the Barn. It's stories about all the things he's encountered in veterinarian. Today we are talking about how you buy a food animal, what to look for, what's the best practices. And first thing we start out with a VCRP.
VCPR.
VCPR, okay, which establishes a veterinary relationship.